So, if you don't know, an eating disorder is basically where you have disordered thoughts or around food, or where you are cutting out foods or have issues eating certain foods or counting calories or over exercising. It varies a lot because eating disorders revolve around a lot of different things. For me, if I'm honest, I didn't know what an eating disorder was until I developed one when I was 18. I mean, I knew the ins and outs of eating disorders, but I never really learned about them. Like, I never looked into them at school, or we never were taught about them at school. So when I first started kind of noticing my food habits changing, or when I was exercising a little bit more, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought I was becoming healthier, when in reality I went through something traumatic at university which led me to over-exercise, close off from people, and kind of focus more on food as a control aspect. So for me it was more control, because I got that control taken from me when I went through that traumatic experience. So for me, I controlled, the one thing I could control was food and exercise, so I did. So I would exercise at the gym, walk everywhere. I was walking to and from uni, which was like an hour's walk. I was cutting out certain meals some days, or portions were getting smaller, or I was just eating really healthy foods, so I wasn't eating any carbs. Then I noticed I was becoming scared of different foods, and I was counting calories and kind of focusing more on numbers and portions, and that's when it became real to me that I kind of had an issue with food, but still didn't process the fact that it was an eating disorder. And I didn't completely gain that process of understanding that I had an eating disorder for about 2 years. So for 2 years, basically denied that I had an eating disorder, when other people were like, you have a problem, you're losing weight, you're miserable, I developed OCD. I was sticking to routines. If I broke those routines, I'd cry or become really like anxious all the time. I'd cry over food, I'd cry over meals. I wouldn't go out with friends and family for meals. So it became a really big problem for me, and I went on holiday and lost probably £10 in about 2.5 weeks, and that was very dangerous. I've lost my period. I haven't had a period in 3.5 years, and obviously that's dangerous in itself. And originally I didn't think anything of it. I thought, okay, it's just because of the pill, or people miss a few periods. But then as my eating disorder progressed, I kind of realised it was because of my eating disorder, and I still haven't got it back because I've relapsed. And for me, I would like to have kids one day. I'd like to gain that weight back, so I could be able to go on and have kids in the future and kind of get my body working again, which I know I need to gain weight in order to do that. A lot of people were telling me that I had an issue with food, and I didn't believe them. I would argue with them, fight with a lot of people. I've had many arguments with family and friends about it, and it has caused a lot of issues within my life. And it's hard for me to have the eating disorder, but now I've started recovery, I can see how hard it is on other people to have to see me go through that, and it kills me inside, because you don't realise how much it hurts other people. I think that's kind of my background and my story, and now I'm in recovery. I've started to try new foods. I've started to kind of understand that bloating is normal, eating 3 meals is normal, having snacks is normal. You shouldn't feel guilty for eating, all of that's normal, but some days are harder than others. And obviously I've had to up my calories, because I went from eating about 900 calories a day, and I'm now on about 1200, 1300 calories, which, okay, still is not enough to gain the weight I need to, but it's a slow process that I need to take, because if I jump from 900 to say 1800, it's going to be a massive scare for me. So that's what kind of my clinic kind of agreed on to do, to up the calories every week basically. Then the weight should start going up. But I'm not gonna lie, some days are harder than others, and that's why these videos are gonna be up to help people and to show people that not every day is gonna be a good day. You're gonna have bad days, and it's all about understanding that you can cope, you can take back control. And obviously I'm going to be sharing foods on here, I'm going to be sharing fear foods and challenges, and just to show people that it's okay to challenge those fears and you're going to be okay afterwards. So I hope you like this video, and it gives you more of a background of me and what this is going to be about.